Alright folks, so as part of my DC watch along, I of course have to watch Birds of Prey, so let's get into it. So it is worth mentioning that I did watch this earlier last year, around maybe September. I don't know, that's just a guess. I have not rewatched it for this list, unlike everything prior to this, because I had not seen those in over a couple years, or not at all in the case of like Shazam. So my thoughts may or not be, of course, accurate. If I ever decided to rewatch it, I didn't think it worth my time, to be quite honest with you. But this reflects my thoughts as of when I watched it, which I am recollecting from, of course, my experience watching it. I will say also that I know there are a lot of mixed feelings on this one, which is something very interesting. So, maybe before you watch now, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I just want unbiased thoughts, unfiltered, about what you think. There's nothing wrong with your opinion, because I'm very curious to see the whole spectrum of thoughts on this one. Because, there are things, of course, that I liked. Maybe the people who liked this movie liked the things that I liked more than, the things they disliked. Or there are things I disliked, and maybe the people who disliked this movie, I'm being very confusing and cryptic right now, but you get what I'm saying. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let me get into it. I'll say Margot Robbie as Harley is okay. I sort of said the same thing in Suicide Squad. A standout for sure. Just when you have a character like that, of course they're going to stand out, but I still don't think the character itself is great, fleshed out enough, and I'm not sure it works by itself. And you're going to say, oh, well, she's not by herself. This cast of characters, this ensemble is not interesting really at all. I didn't find any of them interesting except for, of course, Harley, who is now an established character within this franchise, one from the comics that I'm familiar with. One that is just screams chaotic energy, sort of a bit like the Joker, bit derivative there, but that's not the only thing this film is derivative of. Give me a sec, I'll get to that. But this cast of characters is bad, quite frankly, from the villains to, of course, the Birds of Prey. And I think, the diamond stealing girl is especially one that just gets on my nerves. I cannot stand her. But I mean, pretty disappointing ensemble that is filled with people who are filled with, they're tropes. I mean, they're not particularly interesting. I'll say that, again, derivative. You want to talk about derivative, let's talk about derivative, because you have Deadpool coming out 4 years before this, and the DCEU must like to copy paste, because they tried it with Avengers to Justice League, and they tried it with Deadpool to Harley Quinn. And this one was successful. They did successfully copy paste, but it is very, very clear to tell. It's not like when you, homework, right? The homework joke, hey man, can I have the homework? Sure, just change it up a bit. They did not. They decided not to. They were like, nah, we'll leave it as it is. No one will notice, right? Well, guess what? People noticed, and it is worse in pretty much every regard to Deadpool. I think the action's on par, but the jokes, God, I'll get into it. Just let me get into it. But I just know that it is basically a copy of Deadpool. I will say that I really, really like the choreography and action, something I just mentioned. It's lively, it's fun, it is very well done. Oh, those rhymes right there. But of course, and then especially, the jail scene is a standout where she's shooting the confetti gun and she's doing backflips and whatnot while it's raining. Cool stuff, great stuff. When, flicks with the bat, some of that stuff is great. But I don't think it's enough to save this film. And then I talked about characters earlier again. I'll talk about Black Mask and Zsasz. So Ewan McGregor is of course great. I think he plays a very, very, very generic villain here. Nothing interesting, although I like his costume. That's a pretty cool mask. And Victor Zsasz is a complete joke of a character. He's just some crazy psychopath that is maybe the least interesting psychopath to ever be put to screen. He's so boring. Come on. And especially knowing Zsasz, done in other iterations, is so much better, so much more interesting. It baffles me how poorly they adapted this character. And then, of course, for a comedy, the job of a comedy is, of course, to make you laugh, like Deadpool did, make me laugh, but this film did not, even once, if I recall correctly, and it was boring. So, folks, Birds of Prey is going to be a D, unfortunately. Again, I understand some people like it. It has been relatively a while since I watched, so again, if you think there was enough in here that I missed that I did not cover that was good about it, let me know, please, and I will maybe return to it, give it another watch, see if my thoughts have changed at all. But as of right now, Birds of Prey gets a D. All right, folks, so that's my review of Birds of Prey. Again, please let me know. I'm very interested. Subscribe, hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a video. This DC series is almost coming to a close because you have Wonder Woman 84, and then you have the Snyder Cut, folks, the one we've all been waiting for, and then I'm going to rank them. So, folks, that's my review of Birds of Prey. I've been EDPC Reviews. You have been amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.